Michaela just called me out in a video, and now I'm getting thousands of hate comments. Thousands. Listen, listen. I need your help. Y'all need to message Kiki Chanel, Smokey Glow, Micah's, CCSUAREZ.
You called? It seems as though I've been summoned. Hello, friends. Welcome back to my channel. I'm Chelsea. You know that. I know that. Rich Lux knows that. I'm just a lady with a bulldog, a camera, and too many opinions. And most of you know that I have quite a lot of opinions regarding Mikayla Nogueira and her lack of ethics, in my opinion. Hey, guess what? All of this is my own opinion. It's okay if our opinions differ. It's not the end of the world. It's okay. However, this is the place where I give my opinion, and unfortunately for a lot of y'all, it is my job now to give my opinion, and I'm gonna be giving it, okay? So I've been seeing all over TikTok and of course on Reddit because I am quite messy and I can't stay off of Reddit. Listen, as I say on my podcast, the Here for the Clout podcast, sometimes you have to take an edible and then go argue with people on Reddit. Okay, this is not a side tangent, I promise, but if you have any like obscure subreddits that you love, please leave them down below. Maybe not like the links to them, but just like the r/, because I love finding like funny ones or just, just the best ones on there. One that I've been obsessed with lately is r/floor plans. I don't know why I'm just so boned up for floor plans. And then also the subreddit, Am I Overreacting? It's so messy. Why do y'all let people talk to you like that? What are you doing? Stop it. You deserve better. Am I overreacting? No. Burn them at the stake. What are you doing? I am not feeling well. My tiny human got me sick. So I need to look like I am not sick, and I need to put on some makeup. Anyways, so that's what we're doing, just like a little bit. And I do have to go to Home Depot after my nanny leaves. However, we need to talk about Mikayla Nogueira. That's why we're here, okay? It is so frustrating when people post things or say things, even in real life too. Being vague booking is what it's called, apparently. And then also Sadfishing. We know all about Sadfishing. Let's go over these two obnoxious attention-seeking tactics, in my opinion. I mean, it's not even in my opinion. Those are facts. So vague booking would be when you are purposely, intentionally being vague to try to garner interest in something that you were saying, a situation, so you can talk about something further, so that you can kind of get people interested and get them hooked and like get them guessing or keep them guessing, basically. And a lot of times, unfortunately, for the general public and several people, creators, including Michaela, in my opinion, will do this on social media because it gets people speculating. And it is so obnoxious. What is way more obnoxious, in my opinion, is sadfishing. According to dictionary.com, sadfishing is the act of posting about your emotional problems online for attention or personal gain. Don't mind if I do. Uncle Roger here, it's me, I'm back. Now, if you know anything about something, you know that the internet is trying to get into your brain. So you got to watch out where that information comes from. Big media is trying to get to you. Just look at me. They already got to me. They got me wearing makeup. And now I know Chelsea talks about schemes. The biggest scheme of them all, X. No, not one of them sites. The one that used to be the Twitter. Just announced its 2025 roadmap to become the everything app. What's that mean? We're talking TV services. We're talking that Elon Musk doing everything. Payments, articles, words, pictures, who knows what else. Now let me repeat myself. That Moose fella with his newfound government position would have unprecedented control over social media, TV, and our monies. And yet absolutely no one on the left is talking about it. I went over to Ground News. Y'all know Chelsea had Wiggum set me up with it. He's just the best. And I found over 60 sources talking about this, talking about that Moose fella. And they're all talking about cryptocurrency's integration. Since he's been talking about that Dogecoin for years. He's been hyping it up. Now, I don't know about any Dogecoin, but if you go down and keep scrolling and scrolling, you'll see how the different sides are spinning it. Chalking it up to WeChat's success in China, while the other side of reality is pointing out how centralized mobile services under one company raises concerns about data privacies, monopolistic controls. Oh, that guy with the little monocle? Monopoly. It's a real thing. Did you know that? And potential surveillance risks. What are you doing? I'm just trying to help. I leave for a minute. Well, you weren't here doing your job telling them. No, I went to the bathroom. Okay. I'll leave. No, I'm taking the chair with me. I'm taking Wiggum with me, too. I'm sure by now, you know, this is a Ground News ad read, so I'll just try to pick up where he left off, I guess. Ground News is my go-to news platform and one of my favorite sponsors. Not only are they trying to help me with Uncle Reggie, did you see that tinfoil baseball cap? Like what's going on? But they were also founded by a female former NASA engineer who saw a much bigger problem here on Earth other than, you know, up in space or wherever you think the aliens are. And they're the only app out there helping you think for yourself and see all sides by gathering articles from thousands of sources around the world, organizing them by story, then analyzing the political lean, credibility, and even financial incentives behind each perspective. Ground News makes it easier for me and you to compare coverage and think critically. Follow your favorite topics, and maybe you'll find angles that you haven't even looked at or thought of before, thanks to their blind spot feed. And that surfaces more important news from the right and the left media bubble, because news that you are missing affects you just as much as news that you are seeing. That's a bar right there. Go to ground.news/cc or click the link in my description box to sign up for the plan that I use every day. You'll save 40% off of their Vantage plan, and that knocks down the cost to just $5 a month. So if you're watching my channel, you know who Mikayla is, unfortunately. But if you don't know, get out, save yourself. Mikayla is a TikTok creator with over 16 million followers who has really been catapulted into stardom within the last 4 years, I want to say 4 or 5 years. Around like COVID time was really when she blew up. And obviously we've done many videos about her on my channel. We've done specific ones about her filtering her body into a completely different person. We've also done videos about her lack of FTC compliance, lying about product placement, disclosures, the lack of disclosures, or just the not proper disclosures ever. I'm pretty sure I have almost never seen Mikayla do an FTC compliant disclosure for a sponsorship, for an ad integration. Like, it's wild. Just like the blatant disregard for rules and regulations and laws is insane, especially when you are making multiple millions of dollars a year from views and sponsorships and partnerships and whatever. Like, it's crazy. So we've talked about that. We've talked about her just lying and overall just being like a clout goblin and a rage bait connoisseur, if you will. Purposely pronouncing things wrong. She pronounced Arabic, and it's like, girl, you're not that dumb. I mean, you might be, but like, you're not that dumb. Like, what are you doing? Especially with the growing tension that has literally been going on for like 1,000 years in the Middle East. Like I said, Mikayla has been called out every single day by people for filtering herself and continuing to lie about it. That's one of the craziest parts, is that she lies about it so much when it is very, very clear that things are edited. I have shown so many side-by-sides, so many videos, and it's not even like, oh wow, okay, well, she filters her photos. If you're not selling anything, if you are not, you know, this public figure that is promoting body positivity and stuff like that, like, I don't care. But she is selling something. You're putting a filter on it and then therefore changing the way that it looks when you're doing a review on makeup or clothing or promoting something. And it's absolutely wild. There are so many influencers and people in the industry who will not talk about that and will not call her out for it. People in the, you know, same genre that she's in who cannot stand her out and won't call her out for it because they don't want to have people say that they are like body shaming her or, you know, bullying her, when it's like, no, that's not what this is about. One of the comments I get a lot whenever I make videos about her is saying that I am like shaming her and like talking about her body. And it's like, that is not her body. That's not her face. That ain't her nose. Whose nose is that? Not hers. That's obnoxious and I hate it. And I think that people like her who are constantly not abiding by FTC guidelines and who are constantly just being overall obnoxious on the internet, rage baiting and stuff like that, are giving people in this industry just like really a bad name. And it's very frustrating for people who aren't like that, because it can affect everyone in the content creator industry. These typology products that I'm using, I was just using the tinted serum on my face and I'm using the concealer. They are a sponsor of my channel. This video is not sponsored by them, but these products were gifted to me. Oh wow, hey look, FTC compliance. Disclosing relationships with brands. What do you know? Okay. I do love them though. I like the products a lot, and thank goodness they are going to sponsor me again. I really, really like them. Okay. So over the last, let's say the last month, Michaela has been posting several videos of her crying and saying that she's like losing it and saying that she's like struggling in silence. And it's like, girl, you're not struggling in silence. You posted a video of you crying, making the most hideous crying faces. Talk about an ugly crier. I'm not a pretty crier either. Listen, dear God, why are you posting a video of you crying while eating a salad? What are you doing? This is embarrassing. So Michaela was saying that she has been like struggling in silence and like she knows she's going to get through it and blah, 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 all that bullshit, right? And received a lot of support for it. And for the first like few videos that she posted, she did receive a good amount of support. And listen, that's great. I love that for her. That's awesome. However, it seems as though maybe she noticed that, oh, wow, these videos are blowing the F up and doing really well overall, getting her views up on her TikTok page because reportedly her views had been down. And hey, that happens to the best of us. But around Christmas time, people were noticing like, yeah, her views are down. And again, that happens. I mean, currently right now, my views are down and like, it's okay. That it's normal. It's, you know, an ebbs and flows. It's completely normal in this space, in every industry, but especially in content creation, completely normal. It's okay. Does that mean that you should be literally putting yourself into a controversy to try to garner more attention for yourself? Like that's, girl, you've made enough money. You've probably made enough money to where you never have to work again. You don't have to post that video of you crying and eating a salad. You don't have to do that. But like I said, there was quite a lot of support in that video where she's crying and then it goes to say, also me knowing I will make it to the other side, even if it's not right now or something like that. And there's so many people supporting her and saying, you know, you got this. Quite a lot of other, you know, big creators in there too. I see you, James Charles. I see you supporting her. But so many people supporting her saying, you know what, you got this. I hope you're doing okay. And as far as I could see it when this was posted, there might be more now, but there was really only one comment that was not super positive. And it said, girl, you're not the only one. At least you get all of this attention and love for it on this platform, which is like, listen, if she is really going through something and like rich, famous people can be sad too. But also a lot of people have brought up too, like, with this vague booking and not talking about what she's saying, it's like, girl, if you're not going to like actually discuss it and all that, like just don't continue to talk about like how you're just doing so horrible and, you know, this has been the worst year ever. And it's like, well, arguably this has been the year where you've made probably the most money you've ever made. You've traveled to all of these places. And again, privileged and rich, famous-ish people, famous adjacent, whatever. I mean, she's famous. People can have tough times too. Absolutely. And that's valid. One thing that I do want to make clear though, and that I have seen on the internet as well, is that a great point that a lot of people have brought up saying like, also though, she has so much money to where you would think that she would be prioritizing her like treatment. And if you have enough money to get treatment, you should. And her being someone who has reportedly, you know, gone through treatment before and gone to therapy before, like that's important. Do that. You have no reason not to at this point.
What is Mikayla Nogueira doing? Either she needs to choose privacy or transparency. I'm sure a lot of people will come for me with this, and that's fine. I'm okay with that. I don't understand what she's doing. She has a very large following, and she's coming on here, and she clearly is going through something. I'm not denying that there is something going on with her mental health and her life in general. And she's constantly being very upset, being very dramatic, alluding to things, but not giving her public any type of information. And she chose to be a content creator, and she's choosing to come on here. And I don't want to say be dramatic, but she's looking for sympathy, but she's not telling her followers that she's looking for the sympathy from what's happening. Yet she's setting up a tripod in her bedroom and eating a bunch of food, which makes me think whatever's wrong with her is not her physical health, because if you feel bad, you're not going to eat McDonald's and crumble cookies. So it's obviously something else in her life that is really upsetting her. But I don't understand. If you want privacy, then stay off and stop making these TikToks. Or if you want support, then come on here and be honest. I have cancer and I've come on here and decided to go the honest route and just be transparent about what I can, when I can. That's it. But I'm not going to come on here and just cry and let people assume things. That's not normal either. She has every right to take a mental health break, but then take the break. Stop filming these TikToks. It's starting to become a bit of a dramatic thing for everybody on here wondering what's wrong with her. Is there anything wrong with her? Is she going to be okay? just stay off social media if you're going through something you just want your privacy. You don't have to tell everybody what's going on in your life, but you also don't have to kind of bait them along to get views.
Now, I don't want to speculate too much on like what could it be, because like I don't care. I do just think it's interesting that there have been so many people who are convinced that her husband Cody has like a secret baby somewhere. It's like, what? I just, every time that is brought up, I'm just like, what is happening? What is going on Reddit? There have been people who have said that they like live in her neighborhood and that they were like fighting and he was like packing things in his car and that like he relapsed or something. That's obviously sad. I mean, all of that would be, anything would be sad, right? Wish the best for someone and hope that they have like a great relationship and home life, and especially someone who has been like thrust into all of this attention and being famous and stuff like that, and, you know, supporting their family. You would hope that they do have a good work-life balance and a good support system, especially when it comes to friends and things like that. I don't know if that's the case with her. I can't imagine she has, you know, that many like real friendships, since she does seem just so insufferable. But she also does seem like someone who is, you know, a character on her TikTok. And then I'm just giving you all my opinions on Mikayla right now. A character on her TikTok, but then like in person, it seems, from at least what I've heard from people who, you know, have been around her and like worked with her and stuff, that she's like awkward in person and like not like that in person, which is quite interesting. And sure, I mean, I understand people have like social anxiety and stuff, but I just always find it so wild when people are completely different than the personality that they are profiting off of. I don't know. That sounds exhausting. It could not be me. No, thank you. So after Mikayla had posted that video of her crying and eating, she posted to TikTok for the second time that day, where she literally racked up 11.2 million views within such a short time. And that's a video where she's vague booking, like I said, being purposely vague for the purpose of engagement, talking about how 2024 was the worst year of her life while eating milk and cookies. And a lot of people are saying that it was probably a brand deal, but we'll never know because she doesn't disclose anything like that.
Bakery just opened. I believe it's very popular in New York City. Oh. See, there's a version of me that would eat this entire box right now. I don't think I'm going to do that, but I'm definitely going to enjoy these.
And then she took that opportunity during that video to publicly call out Rich Lux, which is hilarious. Girl, ignore him. It's best to just ignore him. It's so, why are you paying attention to Rich Lux? No offense, Richard Luxury. However, it's just like, girl, you are a giant creator. So much success and money and views and strangely dedicated and delusional, in my opinion, fan base. Like, why are you letting Rich Lux get to you? That's insane. So it really is the Streisand effect of, and this is something I always say too, is whenever people who I call out mention me, show my, you know, a video, God forbid they link to it or tag me or something. It's like, girl, now your people are going to come and see my videos and the receipts and like, what are you doing? That's not smart. Don't get them over here. I mean, like, do it. Yes. Like, absolutely. I think you should. However, like, if I were you, I wouldn't do that. No, thank you. But Rich is getting a lot of ridiculous comments, but it's whenever anyone talks about Mikayla, they are going to get obnoxious comments like that. And the thing is that Rich Lux doesn't only talk about her. He talks about everybody. But she is someone who is constantly in controversy and being talked about because of her own actions. So if he's obsessed with her, is the Mikayla cam on Snapchat obsessed with her too? Are news articles, news outlets, are they obsessed with her too? It's the job. Come on. Also, good for him. His TikTok it's getting really good views. So proud of you, bud. Also, people really just need to understand that with Rich Lux. I don't want to like discredit him and like make it sound bad, but like listen to him. Like, he's a character. He's a caricature. Don't take anything he says seriously, okay? All right. Come on. It's a joke. Okay. That's it. So since that video as well, like I said, she's posted multiple Sadfishing videos and it's so obnoxious and annoying. And it's like, listen, if you are going through something, then okay, go to therapy. Great. And I'm not saying like you have to put on a brave face and, you know, act like everything's perfect, but just like don't talk about it then. Or you could just, make one video and be like, yeah, I've been going through a tough time this year. I'm not, not going to talk about it, but whatever. But then like milking it and continuing to do that when your audience is a bunch of feral, delusional idiots already, it just icky to me. And so then she came out with this new video where she gets in bed and has a big bag of McDonald's. And it's like, listen, girly pop, I get it. Sometimes I'm like, listen, I need Wendy's, or I'm a sad girl. I would like to order hibachi to my house. I'm doing it. It's going to be great. I also can't do that right now because my tummy's been upset and I will 100% have diarrhea if I do that. So I can't do that. But I get it. Like all of us go off of our like diets and stuff. Not diet meaning like restriction, but like diet meaning like what we eat every single day. Fine, whatever. But then also she's also the same person that's like, oh, I've lost so much weight because I've been like been on an anti-inflammatory like lifestyle and diet now. And it's like, is that giant bag of McDonald's anti-inflammatory? Is the pasta you're eating anti-inflammatory? Is like the 85 Dunkin' things you get anti-inflammatory, crumble cookies, and that's not me, focusing on what she's eating. It's just like the blatant contradictions of what she's saying. Like, I've lost weight because I'm doing this. And then just 75 videos of like, I'm eating 10 crumble cookies. It's like, what? Okay, girl. So strange. And a lot of people do think that this video that she did, an undisclosed sponsorship with McDonald's or like with Crumble. One thing that I have noticed that Michaela will do is that she will do like product placement leading up to a brand deal or a sponsorship or a collab or something like that. And then also a lot of times what she will do, in my opinion, of the opinions of professionals in the industry too, especially on the like agency marketing management side, is that she will do these types of things, rage bait and vague booking and sad fishing or filtering a fudge ton in a bunch of videos leading up to the release of something or a certain type of brand deal, or when her management is trying to sign like a bigger deal for her so that it can boost all of her average views and so that they will be able to get more money for that. Listen, is that genius? Absolutely. Hands down. That's a genius marketing strategy from like just monetary and like logistics standpoint. From like an ethical standpoint, obviously not. It's less so genius and more evil genius, right? So I personally hate that. I think it's not genuine at all. Then again, Michaela's not someone who is genuine at all, in my opinion. And I don't think that she has a sense of self at all. Again, I don't know her. This is just my opinion. I could be completely wrong. She could be the most genuine person in the world. I have heard conflicting reports of that. However, I think that she lacks a sense of self and like doesn't really know what to do. But it's just wild. The manipulation of her audience just seems so gross. So is she doing a collaboration with Crumble? I don't know. Is she gonna do one with like McDonald's? I don't think so. I think that they sent her PR package or a gift because the tray that she had on her bed, it said her and her husband's names, and then there was like the golden arches like carved into it basically. And there are some other creators who got that as well. And I mean, there are a lot of fast food places and brands that will send stuff like that. Like you'll see like the like bedazzled Febreze or like hot sauce or whatever. And it doesn't necessarily mean that it's a sponsorship or an undisclosed one, but I personally don't like how she goes about her personal like marketing leading up to these types of potential brand deals and things like that she does. Also, she doesn't disclose like I said, I've never seen her disclose anything correctly and up to FTC compliance and standards. So who knows if it is a brand deal? Like it very well could be. But I don't think that her just having, that tray there is a brand deal. It's also one thing I do want to say too, before I go on to like the next topic about her that someone just sent me, is that her posting things and being like, I'm just like so upset. I like couldn't get out of bed today, or like, I'm like, I can't even work today, or blah, blah, blah. And it's like, girl, if you're so upset, don't turn on the camera. You don't have to press record. You don't have to post to TikTok. You make so much money that you don't have to do that. You literally don't have to do that. Stop it. But again, it's the vague booking, the sad fishing, and the getting like ridiculous engagement and views and all that by doing that. And it's so annoying. And now just seeing that video of her eating McDonald's is making me want McDonald's.
I'm so glad that we are all in agreement here that the the pity party is getting to be a little bit much. Like, I have full sympathy and empathy when somebody is going through a really rough time and they just need to talk to somebody about it, right? Like, you bring it up to your supporters, you bring it up to your followers, because that's what you've done forever. And you want people to know that you're going through something, because your content may shift, it might change for a bit. But, you know, and then you bring up, oh, like, I don't really want to talk about it. Oh, I don't really have the desire to film. And then you spend every single day after that talking about it, and creating content about it. So can you please tell me how you don't have the energy to post your normal content, but you do have the energy to post content that will pay you for the sympathy of your followers? Can somebody please tell me that? And here's my thing, right? Like, there's a lot of people out there who are going through a lot of really tough shit, and I do think that she's probably gone through some tough shit, right? Like, everybody does, unfortunately. Like, regardless of how privileged or how great your life, somebody's life may seem, people do go through shit. Like, we're all humans, things happen. But it's something completely different when you're now manipulating that situation just for money. And I am not a hater of hers whatsoever. I actually really like her content. Her accent's really fucking annoying. As somebody from the East Coast, I'm not from Boston, but somebody from the East Coast, like, I love certain East Coast dialects and accents. Like, I love the New York accent. I love the Philly accent. I'm from Philly, so like my entire family has a really strong Philly accent. I got that beaten out of me in acting school, like literally for hours on end. I'd have local teachers sitting me, having me like record my voice and just say words back just to get rid of my Philly accent. But I have a good appreciation when it comes to certain East Coast accents, and her Boston accent is so overdone. I mean, I'm sure it's real. Maybe it's real. I don't know. I think that she just emphasizes it a little bit too strong. Anywho, I'm hating on her right now. I should. Here's my thing. I do feel really bad. Like, I'm sure she's gone through something, but to use your followers base and to use their empathy and sympathy, and to manipulate them just for money and for views and for gain, that's some fucked up shit. It really, the best foundation ever, y'all. It's so hard to get your hands on, but that is my second tube. I fucking love it. I fucking love it. It's the BBB cream by One Size Beauty. I haven't tried his full coverage foundation yet, but this in and of itself is also full coverage. This is in the shade Light 2G. Honestly, Light 3 is my best shade, but it was out of stock. This is really good. Yeah. Anyway, I don't want to be a hater. I just think that what she's doing, it's shit. I think it's wrong, and I just think that she needs to get off of social media for a little bit. And I know it's hard to do, especially when you're addicted to posting on TikTok and it's like your full-time job. This is not my full-time job. I do have obviously a lot more followers on my main account, and I know how hard it is and how addicting TikTok can be, because I keep saying I'm going to take a break from my main account, and I never do because you just get suckered back in. But I'm not the one using the pity party here. I'm not the one being like, oh, I can't post. And then you set up 15 different lights with 15 different cameras and 15 different angles to get the perfect shot of you crying in your bed. Just wild to me.
Someone sent me this post on TikTok, and I've texted them back and I was like, this is diabolical. And it's gotten like more views than this random page has ever gotten before, but it hasn't gone like viral yet. So we know Michaela has always, in my opinion, filtered the hell out of her content, out of her photos, out of her videos. Absolutely. Claims that she doesn't. Yes, she does. And when I first saw this picture, I was like, oh my God, is that edited? Like, that looks like it's edited. But I personally don't think that it is. And it's posted by this random page. And it says, when my daughter-in-law met Michaela. I mean, she even spelled Michaela. She even spelled her name wrong on there. Again, could just be a very unflattering, lighting. And I mean, it is unflattering lighting. I can see that right now. But the people in the comments are just going off on her. And the lady has not said anything rude about Michaela. And it's so interesting because looking back on this woman's page, I don't think that this was like a gotcha moment. I don't think this is a troll. I don't think that this picture is edited to make Michaela look worse. And even looking in the comments right here too, some people are saying, well, the comments are still surprising how cruel and unkind people can be. I hope you all have the day you deserve. And, people saying Michaela's beautiful. Some saying, wait, what? Some say, oh my God, I would be so hyped because she's really good at makeup. Original person who posted the video the picture said, look how happy. She was very excited. I tried to run into her at Snowport, but I didn't. Also, like, don't be trying to run into people. That's weird. Someone else said, is this a real photo? And she said, of course it is. I'm just a girl from Boston. I don't get no money from this. I wish I did. Someone said, how long ago was this picture taken? Another person said it was clearly from her bachelorette party, which, yeah, people don't have very good, like, critical thinking skills here. And the person who posted the picture said, go watch her video from that day. Then look at this picture, completely different person. I didn't know it was her, only recognized the outfit from her video. I watched, I like her. It's just a picture. Why are you upset? Another person said, why would you post this a year later? Clearly she doesn't look like this anymore. And the person said, why not? I'm just starting TikTok. Go watch the video from that night she posted. She looks nothing like her videos or pics. Even then, I like her. No reason for you to be upset. It's just how she looks. So I do think it's super interesting how like people are getting so mad at this woman, and she's like, there's no issue. Like, I like her. This is how she looks. Like, that's it. It's not a gotcha moment. And again, I could be just, pulling some Jessie Smiles level, like gullible here, but I mean, I think this is real, especially just because how the person is reacting, and then also the other things that the person has posted too. And again, yes, the point is, yeah, she doesn't look like that, now, but I also don't think she looks like what she looks like in her videos now. And back at this point, I don't think she looks like that in her videos either, right? So I just think it's super interesting that still she's editing her videos, and I do think she did back then as well. I don't think there's anything wrong with how she looks in real life. I mean, a lot of people care clearly, and people are mean, but also I think that people are more mean about it and dislike her more because of the very blatant filtering and very blatant lying about that as well. All right, well, that is it for this video. Mikayla Nogueira, the queen of rage bait and catfishing, and now sadfishing and vague booking. It's the worst. However, it works for her. And she's going to continue to make millions and millions and millions of dollars off of lying and filtering and deception and not being FTC compliant. So that's great. I love that for her. I hate it for me, but I love it for her. Anyways, if you are subscribed, your butt looks so good. You don't need to filter it. Your butt is so nice. Look at it. That's only if you're subscribed though, because if you're not subscribed, I don't know. Please don't turn around. I don't want to see that thing. I don't want to see them flat. It looks deflated, honestly. Okay. Have a great day, night, weekend, whenever you're watching this. I'll see you in my next video. Stay spicy, stay assertive, stay feral. Okay, goodbye.